Hello guys and welcome to another bareface vlog. So once again, I had some treatments done to my face yesterday, so right now you're gonna have to settle again with my bare face. Hi, hello, it's me. It's Jill, or Jilly Wonker, or whatever you want to call me. If you're new here, welcome. My content revolves mostly around book reviews like the one that you're watching today, but I occasionally do travel videos, not professionally of course, but I've also uploaded some recent travel videos of my trips to Singapore and Seoul, and I've linked them down below if you're interested in checking them out. But before doing that, hi, hello, I'm doing a book review today of Love in the Big City by Sang Park. If you watched my previous review of Everything I Never Told You by Celeste Ng, you would know that I did pick up this book during my recent trip to Seoul. I actually bought it in the Hyundai Department Store in Dongdaemun. I wasn't on the hunt for any titles or any specific book in particular, but this had a very cool cover and it really caught my eye. Okay, so if you guys look closely, it's actually a pack of red Marlboros. Marlboros. I cannot say the letter L to save my life, but it's a pack of reds submerged in some blueberries. And yes, I'm so happy that this book caught my eye, caught my attention. I believe that was fate because I really, really love this book. Now, love just might be an understatement. This book really has my heart and soul. Get it? Soul. Love in the Big City really captured a perfect mix of urban loneliness, superficial love, and millennial angst. It has it all. I also didn't know that it was actually a queer novel, so I was really and pleasantly surprised when I found out. The book actually follows a fictionalized version of the author. It starts with him as a college student all the way to his early 30s. Now, we don't get the actual character's name, but the author calls him Mr. Park, which I guess is derived from Sang Park. Mr. Park has known that he was gay for as long as he could remember, much to the disappointment of his mother and, the South Korean society in general. Now, I know it won't come as a surprise that despite the glitz and glamour of K-pop, K-dramas, and the Hallyu wave, South Korea is incredibly conservative. I mean, like, God forbid a woman expresses her sexuality in public over there. And obviously, the LGBTQ plus community aren't experiencing utopia in South Korea. They're often scorned by the public as well because of like a mixture of traditional values and religion. Of course. So as you can imagine, Mr. Park doesn't have the best upbringing. He's often chastised by his own mother for being gay and was even sent to a mental hospital in an effort to heal his homosexuality. And again, this might be a work of fiction, but I'm pretty sure that real life is no better for a majority of people from the community that reside in South Korea. Growing up though, Mr. Park finds refuge with a girl named Jae-hee, a girl who is anything but the type of woman that Korean society deems acceptable. While they're both in college and up to their early 20s, Jae-hee, she smokes, sleeps with several guys, and has tattoos all over her body and all that, which is pretty much a majority of what girls in that age does. But again, no woman can be that liberated in Korea without getting scorned by the public. So in their loneliness and inability to fit in, Jae-hee and Mr. Park find each other. They develop this wonderful friendship and even end up being roommates. At one point, Jae-hee becomes Park's beard, and she also ends up lying to her boyfriend that she's actually living with somebody from the opposite gender. I feel like the relationship was so beautifully explored that I would really encourage you to read the book and just experience it and read through what they go through yourself. Of course, because it's a book titled Love in the Big City, you'd expect that there would be some romance there, right? Well, that's pretty central to the book because Mr. Park goes through like a variety of relationships throughout the years. I think this novel really does explore all types of love. It explores everything that comes along with it too, from lust to rejection, and hope to reconciliation. Now, I'm really afraid that I'm going to be spoiling what happens to the book because it's super short, but I will say that it does paint a really realistic picture of what it means to be queer in South Korea. It paints a raw picture of how Korean society has yet to accept queerness despite, it being around them, it being around the world. For one, Mr. Park enters into this really passionate relationship with an older man who goes into great lengths to actually deny their relationship, especially when they're in front of their seniors. Park, in general, never does feel like any of his relationships can be flaunted to the world as well. He and another partner even have to fly all the way to Thailand to just be themselves. It kind of made me think how freer we are in the Philippines than Korea when it comes to the LGBT community. Sure, the churches, they always are a major pain in the ass when it comes to same-sex unions, but majority of us never really bat an eye when we see two men holding hands in public or two women kissing. Full disclaimer though, a majority of people in my generation and the Gen Z generation never really bat an eye when we see same-sex couples in the public. Another important issue that I feel was tackled so well in this book was the HIV or AIDS pandemic. Like the realistic relationships that he explored throughout this book, Park really handled that topic so sensitively and so realistically. He took the time to explore what it's like to discover that you've got the virus, to finally learning to live with it and not allowing it to take over you or define you as a person. So yes, great characterization, good pacing, and this honest and intimate look at human life made me really fall in love with this book. Now I know it's a bit short, but Sang Young Park really managed to tell a great story in just a few pages. You guys, I am so sorry about the neighborhood dogs. It doesn't quite read like your average story, by the way. It felt kind of autobiographical, and the conversations, they come in fleeting moments. The story of Love in the Big City, by the way, is also not linear because it kind of jumps from one memory after another. But that honestly didn't bother me too much since it was so easy to read and to follow. Another thing that I want to let everybody know is that you shouldn't be expecting Shakespearean level writing or any quotable quotes here. This is a book that's very conversational, that it almost feels like it's been told to you as a friend over a cold glass of Terra beer. So naturally, because I was raving about this book so much throughout this video, I did give it 5 golden stars on Goodreads. This is a book that knows exactly what it's about, if that makes any sense. And kudos to Sang-Young Park for writing it. This is such a beautiful novel. I think everyone who is in their 30s or late 20s, or anyone that's a millennial in general, should check this book out. So as you know, I switched my TBR list and I decided to go with All's Well by Mona Awad first, or Awad. I'm not so sure if I'm saying their name right. I really do apologize. I didn't do much research of the author before picking up this book. I will definitely get into Encyclopedia of Fairies, but I'm just not in the mood for a fantasy as of the moment. I did manage to finish a few or a good number of chapters. So hopefully I would be able to finish this book by Friday so I could prepare a review over the weekend. So I think that's all the time we have left for this video. Thank you for watching to the end if you did. And if you haven't subscribed already, I'd love for you to subscribe to my channel. I love watching my community grow. It means so much to me, guys. So yes, that's it. Thank you for watching and I'll see you on my next video. Bye!